And now we demand you tell your audience to go vote for who we want them to vote for.
Yeah.
F you. F you. I am not doing anything.
So Candace Owens just declared she regrets voting for Trump, calling his administration occupied by foreign interests. With 6 million podcast subscribers, she's breaking from MAGA over the Iran war, Charlie Kirk's assassination, and blocked Epstein investigations. This represents a massive fracture in the conservative movement.
Look, we have the Republican Party, we have a Democrat Party, and then we have the Knesset Party, and they've infiltrated both of the parties actually. And what's happening right now is left and right. People are saying no to that. The reasons might be different, but it's a populist movement one way or the other.
The Knesset Party reference is dead on. Israel's parliament essentially has veto power over American foreign policy. This aligns perfectly with Trump's original 2016 populist message about the uniparty establishment. Both parties serve the same foreign masters while Americans get endless wars.
And it's hilarious to me that they think after me watching Charlie Kirk get assassinated, them spitting in our face and telling us that it's raining about everything that happened here, the viciousness that they themselves directed toward me in the aftermath. I mean, if people are like, they tried to say that I didn't even know Charlie. I mean, it was they were so intent on making sure that not one drop of Candace being anti-Israel was a part of his legacy, that they just lied. They lied in a way that for the grief that I was going through, I'm not a crier. I mean, it was a lot. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. It was a lot for me to go through. And I look back and I'm like, wow, the nastiness of them doing this.
Charlie Kirk was assassinated at Utah Valley University in September 2024 while investigating foreign interference. The establishment immediately tried scrubbing his anti-Israel positions from his legacy. Attacking someone while they're grieving a murdered friend shows how desperate they were to control the narrative.
And then a couple of weeks later being like, and now we demand you tell your audience to go vote for who we want them to vote for.
Yeah.
F you. F you. I am not doing anything. Okay, here's the way it works. And here's how common sense is, okay? You tell me I can do this job. I can build your house. I can do this. I hire you, okay? I get behind it. I say, okay, I hire you. Go do that job.
The sheer audacity here is breathtaking. They character assassinate you during your grief, then weeks later demand you mobilize your audience for their candidates. This is textbook abuser behavior. Tear you down, then expect compliance. The establishment thinks loyalty only flows upward.
You then don't do it. You look at me and you say, Epstein who? Okay, you're at the top of the FBI and you say, oh, these are the real messages. You're blocking people, as Kash Patel is, from looking into Tulsi's team and Joe Kent. You saw this playing out in the news. They won't even let them look into whether or not foreign people could have been involved in this. And then you're like, and now go get out more people to vote so that we stay in power. No, buddy. Okay. In your famous words, you're fired as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
The contractor analogy is perfect. Trump promised to drain the swamp, investigate Epstein's network, and end foreign wars. Instead, Kash Patel gets blocked from investigations, Epstein files stay sealed, and we're bombing Iran. When contractors don't deliver, you fire them.
And so I don't know what's around the corner, but I do know that my platform is not yours, okay? My platform belongs to the truth, left and right, okay? And so it was just incredible to me. They were like, and not even that.
With 6 million subscribers, this platform independence matters enormously. Unlike controlled opposition figures, there's no party apparatus that can cut off funding or access. This is why establishment media is hemorrhaging viewers. People want truth, not partisan theater.
But I'm telling you, I'm not doing anything because for me, life stopped. Political life stopped when Charlie Kirk was murdered and you wanted me to move on. I'm not moving on from it.
Yeah.
By the way, it wasn't because of Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson sitting down that MAGA got splintered. It got splintered when you said Epstein who? That's it. Literally for me
no
on my
question.
show, when I said, okay, what is this? Did the Loch Ness swamp monster come up and swallow the MAGA party? Actually, who is the Loch Ness monster? I think it's Israel. Okay.
Exactly right. The establishment blames Fuentes and Carlson for the MAGA split. But it started when Trump said, Epstein who? The base wanted the swamp drained, not protected. Breaking campaign promises about cleaning house is what created the fracture.
And if Trump suddenly joined the Never Trump party, which he did, right? Trump joined the Never Trump movement. That's what's happening right now. And now they're trying to tell us to join it. I'm good. I've always been against the Never Trumpers, and I'm going to stay that way, even if Trump has joined them.
This is explosive. claiming Trump joined the Never Trump movement by abandoning his base for neocon policies. The Iran war that started February 2026 proved Trump became everything he campaigned against. The outsider became the ultimate insider.
Like the pro-Israel, he's always been pro-Israel, but it wasn't a relevant topic in the way that it is today. Like, are you going to stand up when Bibi Netanyahu says that he immediately wants your bombers to go take out, and like you just go do it, and you were going to do more if Charlie Kirk didn't stop it, you were actually going to do more. That seems pretty corrupt to us. Like the way that Bibi Netanyahu is just on camera being like, we're going to take over. I need this deal to go through with TikTok. And you're not saying anything.
The Iran war timeline is crucial here. It started February 2026 after Netanyahu's demands for immediate bomber support. Charlie Kirk's investigation into foreign interference likely prevented even worse escalation before his assassination. Trump's completely isolated from his original base now.
You got Pam Bondi, who's like blanking us on Jeffrey Epstein, but responding to like a kid that gets shoved by a girl on a college campus. He's wearing an IDF, so he's basically like wearing an IDF shirt, asking for it, and a girl gives him a little shove, and it requires Randy Fine and Pam Bondi to respond within minutes. You can't figure out the Epstein thing, but we've got like literally an Amber Alert. The feds are like able to answer quick. Like, I'm sorry, this is a joke. This is not what I voted for, and you're not going to struggle sashimi into they're like using the ghost of Charlie Kirk. This is what Charlie would want.
Pam Bondi's priorities expose everything. Radio silence on Epstein investigations, but immediate federal response to someone pushing a kid wearing an IDF shirt. American children get trafficked while foreign interests get Amber Alert protection. The occupation is complete.
You're going to have to work for our vote. When we elect you, we're electing you for a certain job. You don't deliver on that job, joke's on you. And I think right now the Trump family is feeling that. You know, you see that they are, I think, probably now in retrospect realizing how significant Charlie Kirk was, because he was damning that, right?
Using Charlie Kirk's memory to justify policies he died investigating is grotesque manipulation. Kirk was assassinated specifically because he was exposing foreign interference. Now they're invoking his ghost to demand compliance with the same forces that killed him.
He was authentic, and you would sense that he would get stressed when he was being pressed not to be authentic. And that's now removed. And all we have are these puppets. And I'm including Trump amongst this. He has let his base down, and stop blaming Nick Fuentes, okay?
This nails the free speech principle perfectly. She's not endorsing Fuentes personally, but defending his right to speak. Trump promised to protect speech, then his DOJ targets dissidents. When mainstream voices lie, people seek alternatives. Censorship creates the problem it claims to solve.
Why can't Nick Fuentes have a platform? Why can't he have a conversation? Why can't he talk to Dave Smith and Tucker? The free market works like this, by the way, okay? If his ideas suck, then Nick Fuentes will be beat in the free markets. I don't need Nick Fuentes censored. I need you to actually deliver on your promises so that Nick Fuentes he wouldn't have a platform unless you guys were lying about something, right? Like, you're lying about something where people feel like they're not getting the truth from this person, and they're going and they're listening to more of Nick Fuentes. They sense that you're a liar. And so stop talking to me about this is Nick Fuentes' are the grapers, the anonymous frogs, this is their fault. No,
The occupied administration claim is trending because it resonates. People see their government serving foreign interests over American ones. As a mother, the Epstein cover-up becomes personal. Protecting children from predators should transcend party loyalty, and it absolutely does.
It is your fault for not delivering on your promises. And one of those big promises was to protect speech, okay? And we see what you're doing, redefining anti-Semitism on college campuses.
This distinction is devastating but accurate. Biden's cognitive decline meant unelected handlers ran things. Trump's sharp and aware, making his betrayal conscious and deliberate. A demented puppet is bad. A sharp leader choosing to serve foreign masters is worse.
It's occupied. Everybody can see this is an occupied administration. And I love how I think right now I'm trending on X over this. So Candace Owens says she regrets her vote. You're not going to shame me for saying everything you're doing is unacceptable.
The neoconservative playbook never changes. Infiltrate, co-opt popular movements, then redirect toward foreign wars disguised as democracy promotion. The Iran war follows this exact pattern. People recognize the scam because they've seen it repeatedly in Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya.
If you think I care more about loyalty to the MAGA cause than I care about pedophiles in positions of power getting away with it, you are out of your mind. You must have not listened to a single second of the Candace Owens podcast. You must have never listened to a thing I've ever said if you think that I am that blind and dumb and loyal to any person, left or right, that I'm going to go, oh, okay, we got to let pedophilia go. Okay, we got to just move on. It's a hoax. I know he actually went to prison for it. Okay, but it's a hoax, and let's move on. It's a Democrat hoax.
The Afghanistan poppy example is damning. American soldiers literally guarded opium fields that fueled the opioid crisis back home. Foreign wars serve foreign interests while American families pay the blood price. Military families are finally seeing through the democracy promotion lie.
So this is effectively like the Biden administration, but totally actually worse because Trump has his wits about him, right? So with Biden, at least we knew, right, that he had dementia before they admitted it. At least we knew he wasn't in control the whole time. It's almost worse because Trump doesn't have dementia, because Trump is actually sharp and he is aware and he is still occupied and somebody else is calling the shots.
The transparency strategy is working. That's why they demand censorship of Israel criticism and military-industrial complex exposure. Truth destroys their power, which is why they're so desperate to silence voices like this. The domination over American minds is ending.
They have to pretend, and then infiltrate, and then try to force neocon, pro-military, pro-intervention, nonstop bombing of some countries so we can steal their resources and pretend that there was some moral democratic reason that we were there. And people are awake to it. So I do wonder, it seems like they're playing checkers. It's nobody's believing that you're original MAGA. I mean, it's such a weird thing. It's like, they're like, the problem are these people who actually got Trump elected when we were attacking him. Like, the problem are these people. They're so extreme. We're right back. We're hamsters on a wheel.
Current Iran war mirrors Bush-era neoconservative policies exactly. Regime change, resource theft, democracy pretexts. Never-Trumpers who attack Trump now control him while attacking his original supporters. American foreign policy serves identical interests regardless of elections.
We're getting Bitcoin stuff that he's pushing, and which is completely crazy. And by the way, also you are taking advantage of people that believe in you the most. All of it is just so wrong and it's so icky. We're aware of the deals that Jared is doing while you call us funded by Qatar, the deals that Jared is doing in the Middle East with Qatar and Israel. They think we're this dumb. And I'm going, wow, did you always think we were this dumb? Or actually, is it because you're occupied by the Never-Trumpers? And the Never-Trumpers have been explicit in the fact that they think that Trump people are dumb. But we're not this dumb, okay? The original MAGA party is not this dumb. We're aware of what you're doing. We're aware of the infiltration, and we are not going to support that.
Kushner's Middle East deals, while calling critics foreign-funded, shows brazen hypocrisy. Bitcoin grifting exploits supporters' trust for personal profit. The swamp behavior continues under Trump, with Never-Trump establishment now calling MAGA supporters too stupid to notice.
I would never allow my sons to sign up for the military when the decisions are made in Tel Aviv of whether or not they're going to die. So all this rah-rah pro-American. No, it's not. It hasn't been pro-American in a very long time. We see that. We saw that recently. And the reality is they need America because they don't have enough bodies. They have enough corruption. They have enough evil. They don't have enough bodies. And this is why they're trying to commit you to their cause ideologically, because you are the slaves that are supposed to go over and die, when they drop bombs and say that they're spreading democracy, but they're actually in Afghanistan having people guard the poppy seeds so that they can cause the opioid crisis, right? You're fighting for the Sackler family. You're not fighting because you're up against the Taliban. All of that's nonsense. And people are waking up to that.
American military decisions made in Tel Aviv, not Washington. Current Iran war proves this. Afghanistan protected poppy fields for opioid crisis while claiming democracy mission. Young Americans die for foreign interests and private profits, not national defense.
Keep talking about Israel. Keep talking about Tel Aviv. Keep talking about Bibi Netanyahu. Keep talking about homeschooling. Keep talking about the military-industrial complex, and we will win. They are at the beginning of the end of their domination over American minds.
Truth-telling about Israeli influence, military-industrial complex, and establishment corruption threatens their control. With 6 million listeners, this platform represents existential threat to narrative control. Current attacks prove the message is working. Truth wins through persistence.